Today we're going to be taking a look at the best hitch options for your 2015 Toyota Venza. Up top here we're going to have the Class 3 Drawtite, and right below that we're going to have the Class 3 Curt. Both of our hitches are going to look very similar. They're going to have minor differences, but that could have a big impact on how you're going to use it. So let's take a closer look at some of the differences. One of the biggest differences is going to be the safety chain connection points. They're both going to have a plate style welded at the bottom of the receiver tube, but as you can see, the Drawtite is going to have a much larger opening, and it's going to make getting those safety chain hooks easier to get them on or off, giving us a lot more room even coming from the side. Whereas with the Curt, we're going to have a much smaller opening, which we're not really going to be able to come from the side because the flange here is going to be in the way. The way we're going to mount any of our accessories into a receiver tube is going to be through the hitch pin hole here on the side. Now they're both going to accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now they're not included with either one of these, but you can pick it up at etrailer.com using part number PC3. Now you may notice that there's a secondary hole towards the back of the receiver tube on our Drawtite. That's going to be exclusively used for the J-pin stabilization device. Now what that's going to do is it's going to have a hook. We're going to have our regular section that's going to go through the 5/8 pin hole, and then that hook is going to come in and apply pressure to our accessory. And we're going to secure it with the nut on the outside, and that's going to keep that accessory from moving around and making that rattling noise when we're driving down the road. Now the other thing that's nice about the J-pin, it is a locking device, so it's going to keep all our accessories nice and secure. Now again, this is sold separately and you can pick it up at etrailer.com. One last thing that's going to be different, it'd be a little bit hard to notice because it's not on the vehicle itself right now, but our Drawtite is going to stick out about a ½ inch more. It's still going to be pretty even, if not recessed in from the bumper just a bit, so we're not going to have to worry about bumping our leg when we're walking behind our Venza, but it is going to make mounting those folding accessories that much easier because it's going to make it less likely that those accessories are going to come in contact with the rear bumper. Both of our hitches are going to be a Class 3 hitch, which means they're going to give us that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening, which means there's going to be a wide variety of accessories available, all the way from a ball mount, cargo carrier, or a bike rack. Both of the hitches are going to have the same weight ratings. They're going to have a 350-pound tongue weight, which is the maximum downward force at the receiver tube, along with a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. Both of them are also rated for use with weight distribution systems, and it's going to bump that tongue weight up to 400 pounds and the gross trailer weight rating up to 4,000 pounds. Now, weight distribution is going to be a separate component that's going to be mounted onto your trailer. Now, with all those numbers in mind, you always want to double check your Venza's owner's manual and make sure you don't exceed the manufacturer's recommended weight. As far as installation goes, both our hitches are going to install exactly the same. We're going to have 3 factory weld nuts on the bottom of our frame that we're going to use to mount our hitches, and we are going to have to lower the exhaust down. Neither of them are going to require any kind of drilling or welding, and there's no cutting of the fascia at all. So to sum everything up, if you're using your hitch for towing, I would go with the Drawtite purely because of the larger safety chain connection points. It's going to make getting those safety chains on and off a lot easier, and we're not going to have to fight trying to get into the smaller hole. Now, if you're using it for a bike rack or a cargo carrier or more recreational uses, I would still go with the Drawtite because it is going to have the option for that J-pin, which is going to be nice if our accessories don't have a built-in anti-rattle, as well as the added clearance it's going to give us so we don't have to worry as much about those folding accessories. And that'll finish up the look at the best hitch options for your Toyota Venza.